Okay, here we are at 9301 Apple Ridge Lane, and a little bit of tour of just the gardens and the different trails here. Here's the main entrance of the house. You can see here. And then we have a special guest. Bonnie will be narrating some of the paths here. We have into our right. You see here is kind of an Asian themed. There's these little statues in here hidden away. And actually, I believe that Bonnie has done all of these, and she will narrate as we walk through.
No.
And she's not going to narrate as we go through, even though she said she was going to.
Problem with my throat.
Uh-huh. And so, you see we have little statues like this throughout here, this Asian-inspired, and these river rock beds of that trail down. And it comes through here, and then you see this fence here. It's actually very tall for the deer, and then there's the backyard to that. So we'll follow it down there, and we'll come down a little bit different path. So we're coming back through here. This comes to the front entrance of the house again. It just wraps around to more of a gravel path. You can hear the helicopter or plane, I guess that's a plane. Look above too, and there's all these large trees that canopy the rest of the yard in outline. And we have the little sound burst, redwoods. I like the narration. And then these tall fences will go through, and oh, we'll have Bonnie's hand as a guest star. You see, there's just so much foliage through here. It's all shaded.
Somebody needs to prune.
And that's because people don't prune on time here, I guess. And so this is kind of a sloping, gradual hill. You can see all the different trees and the paths within there. And then this comes to the edge of the house here, and it goes up to the deck. It's like being in Alice in Wonderland with the roses that have been painted red. And you can see here there's steps down here in this whole area with, it looks like flagstone. That's actually all been dug out by hand and laid by hand, actually, by my mother. And then there's another path up here. You see the paths kind of go all the way around. And we'll take a step down. This is what we call yard art in the little seating areas. And let's just kind of walk the perimeter. We'll get over to this middle path here. So you can see where we have a vegetable garden, which I haven't seen yet. And then we'll kind of look up here. You see this trellis we'll walk under. Ooh, this is very cool. It's actually a big succulent garden. It's a big variety. It's like being that big garden in San Francisco almost. We have all the different areas, like the Asian inspired. And so the vegetable garden here are all in boxes too, because there's so many gophers and whatnot. So you can hear the crackling of the garden, of the gravel below my feet. Here's a little seating area and the different garden sections. This goes on for a while, and then actually below it, it's actually, there's still like, you know, kind of open grass field with a lot of these apple trees, and it comes down to this fence line, which is the end of the property. So, and then you have more of a apple orchard behind us, which is nice. More yard art.
My pets.
Those are pets. Very quiet, don't eat much. More yard art with plants even growing on them. So
Giant pumpkins.
that's about it for the backyard, more or less. I mean, there's lots of other little trails and pieces of, you know, art to look at and different plants and different seating areas. You can see there's some stuff in progress over here. Another little seating area, an umbrella. This takes us up to another trellis here. And then you can see just the view of the deck here that's tucked in. And that actually overlooks all these plants. You can kind of see more of the valley, which is kind of, you can see the horizon there. So that's the tour of the yard over at Apple Ridge Lane.